Now, local news and weather from News 8.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to News 8 at 6 Digital Edition. A Greece man has been killed in an overnight crash. It happened shortly after 2 a.m. on Straub Road in Greece.
According to police, 23-year-old Brody Magro lost control and hit several trees and a utility pole. He was ejected from the car and pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators believe speed did play a role here, and the incident remains under investigation.
Meanwhile, Rochester firefighters are investigating what caused this house to catch fire today on Bronson Court. First reports of the fire came in shortly before 1 this afternoon. We're working to learn more about what happened. There's no word yet if anyone was hurt. More than 1,000 people turned out today to give 60 Vietnam veterans a welcome home from Washington.
Yeah, it was quite the scene there. It was Honor Flight Rochester's 62nd trip. Huge crowds were on hand as the veterans returned to Rochester after a visit to the memorials in our nation's capital. This was the first Honor Flight trip made up of exclusively Vietnam veterans from Rochester and suburban counties.
If anybody knows anything about history, when we came home alone. We came to no parades. There was no fanfare. The nation at that time was very split about the war in Vietnam. It was very memorable. It was very emotional for me and emotional for those who came.
Here's a number for you. In the 10 years, Honor Flight has operated out of Rochester. More than 3,000 veterans have taken flight. And today's ceremony was emceed by News 8's own Maureen McGuire.
Chief Meteorologist Stacy Pengen joining us now for a look at the weather. Stacy?
Maureen, those ceremonies always far more impressive than our weather will be over the next coming days. Very impressive there, not so impressive here. We have an area of high pressure to the north, cool air lurking north, very warm air lurking off to the south, but we have a boundary pretty much right overhead that'll stay here over the next 24 to 36 hours, and then it'll really waver north and south throughout most of this week. So we have a lot of changes in our forecast for this upcoming week. Satellite and radar shows that front just off to the south of us, and that's kind of where it'll hang out through much of the rest of this evening into the overnight tonight and tomorrow. So a whole lot of clouds around, a few passing showers. You see Futurecast here, and notice how the showers will start to increase once again overnight tonight, especially off to the north. So I think the most persistent showers, Rochester and points north of the Thruway, and then that front will sort of sag off to the south a little bit. Rain chances for everybody off and on tomorrow. We will see quite a few clouds around. If we're lucky, we'll see a few breaks of sun, but expect the clouds to linger for tomorrow. Starting off tomorrow in the mid-50s, and we don't go very far. I think we're going to hold in the upper 50s most of the day tomorrow. However, things are improving as we head into Tuesday and really much of the rest of the week. So 52 overnight tonight, those showers returning, especially off to the north. 58 degrees should be the high for tomorrow. Really just kind of a gloomy day, a whole lot of clouds, periods of showers and some rain. I mentioned better weather on the way. So look at this. Tuesday, we're back into the 70s with another front coming through. That'll knock us back into the 60s, but more sun returning on Wednesday. Thursday, we bump up those temperatures again. Should be back into the upper 70s. Dropping down into the 60s again as we head into Friday. But I think we have a big warming trend coming starting this weekend or next weekend and lasting into the following week. More on that later on tonight.
All right. Thank you, Stacy.
All right. Even though we're approaching some summer-like weather there, we are well into the fall sports season, and News 8 is putting families first when it comes to treating and preventing injuries to young athletes. A panel of doctors will be in our studio to answer your questions. Sports safety, that's going to be Monday from 5 to 6:30 right here on News 8.
Thank you for watching News 8 at 6 Digital Edition. We'll be on the air for the late news. We'll see you then.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and our apps for both news and weather.